Well, some big behind-the-scenes news from Marvel Studios earlier today, because there appears to be, for the first time I've ever heard, some big layoffs at the studio. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the breaking news story, what's going on at Marvel, and why this is actually not terrible news. Well, unless it was your job that got laid off. Now, before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, if you're a fan of this channel, you know we've been covering what's going on at Marvel Studios for quite a while. Bob Iger returned as Disney CEO, and that brought in a deluge of new changes and strategy adjustments, which quite honestly were affecting the quality of the output from Marvel Studios. Now, when Disney Plus kicked off, Marvel opened the fire hose and was creating all kinds of new projects at a pace unseen before. There's actually more Phase 4 screen time than there was in all of Phases 1 through 3, so that shows you how much work was going on. Now, Marvel readjusted everything and refocused on quality over quantity, leading to a lot of changes, but this is the first time we've heard about any changes being, well, in the form of layoffs. Now, both Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter have confirmed that Marvel Studios has been hit with a small round of layoffs. Approximately 15 people in the New York and Los Angeles office have been let go. Now, back in March, Disney CEO Bob Iger pretty much hinted there were huge changes coming in the wake of several misfires, and said you have to kill things you no longer believe in. Now, we don't know which individuals have been let go and what projects that are tied to, but with all the changes going on behind the cameras, well, it might be pretty easy to narrow down which projects it is. Many projects that seem to be getting clipped, like potentially Wonder Man or Vision Quest, well, those are some pretty good candidates. I also wonder if some of these people were part of the original writing team on Daredevil Born Again, which saw a major shakeup, and we heard they swapped out writers, and this could just be official confirmation of those individuals finally leaving the company. If you notice, Daredevil just finished its first season of production, and those contracts might have been in play and now have expired since the season is done, allowing them to make these kind of moves. I know some people are trying to read politics into this equation, and I think this is pure business. Marvel has made some shifts who they're focusing on as an audience and try to connect a little bit better with the fans that seem to have dwindled away in recent years. We don't know which projects have been impacted, so the suggestion that this is some kind of agenda or anti-agenda seems a little premature and honestly immature, but I think that's a topic for a different video. Sometimes these things are pretty scary, but they're a normal part of business, and it does show Marvel is taking, and it does show Marvel Studios and Disney are making some pretty decisive moves to adjust future plans and make sure they have the right people on the right projects and aren't spending money on projects that won't matter. We'll follow this pretty closely. Hopefully Marvel doesn't give anybody else the boot, and the people that did lose their jobs, my sympathies go out to them, and I hope they find a soft place to land as soon as possible.